Hello students, in this video session we are going to discuss about remaining general features of phylum Porifera. So, in previous video we discussed about the body structure and examples of phylum Porifera. Okay, as you know, commonly called as sponges. Yes, these are also called sponges, right? Because body is porous, innumerable number of pores are there. So, that is why we call it as porifera, and body is like a sponge. Okay. So, hence in common we call them as the sponges, right. See here general features. So, by this we can describe the poriferans, right. The members belongs to the porifera are called poriferans or the sponges. The members belongs to this phylum are called poriferans, right. So, all are aquatic, as you know already. So, in previous video we discussed about they are aquatic, some are freshwater like spongilla, right, and many other Cycon and Euplectella, Hyloneema. So, those are belongs to what you call marine forms, right, marine and aquatic. In previous video we discussed regarding this all. And next features other life processes, how it takes place, right. See, like here water canal system is very important in this one, that is what we call water canal system. We observe that water canal system in the poriferans, right. So, water canal system, as we observe that in a sectional view, for example, this is you consider it as a this is the Cycon structure. So, you can this is the substratum, right. So, here there are many pores which are allowed to enter the water, right. So, this is what the entry of water. Yesterday or in previous video we have observed this one. So, these are the ostia, what we call ostia, and this is the opening, single and large opening called osculum, or in some other sponges maybe in bathing sponge maybe one or more osculum, oscula also present, oscula. Okay, osculum is singular and the plural is oscula, right. Oscula may be there, and ostia are innumerable number, right, many number, infinite number of throughout the body. So, ostia are present. Ostia are the structures which are allowed, they are the pores, right, they are allowing water to enter in the body. In this way water is enters, okay. So, which is allowed to enter means the water canal system means here in this one the path of water, how it transport, water transport, it is also called water transport. So, here what happens, the transport of water in which way it will move. See, first it enters the ostia, through ostia it enters the cavity, this is called spongocoel, what we call spongocoel we can say. So, this is what the spongocoel to osculum. Okay. So, here usually ostia in simple body there may be a reticulate or branched water canal system may also observed. Okay. The water canal system may be branched, here single canal is there which may be branched in some other cases. Okay. Some other examples which may be branched, right. So, ostia and it enters, water is enters into the spongocoel and osculum is allowed to exit that water, right. So, this is what the water canal system. So, through which many functions are conducted here. So, even for example digestion is also, so that means along with the water some food particles also enters the spongocoel, and here digestion is intracellular, what you call intracellular cellular digestion is said to be intracellular. Within the cell it will be completed. Means usually as we studied in previous video, so pinacoderm and quinoderm. Inner layer is called quinoderm, which has quinocytes, collar shaped cells, and pinacoderm, outer layer, flat cells, and in between there is a irregular cells, amoeboid cells also there, right. So these are the kinds of cells here, they are performing its own functions independently almost, right. So hence the intracellular digestion is observed. So simple type of digestion here, the cellular digestion is takes place here, right. Next one, you can take excretion. Excretion is also done by the same water canal system here. So how? See, by the diffusion cells are eliminating the nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste is in the form of NH3, ammonia, right, ammonia. So these are of course aquatic, and these will release that ammonia into the water only by simple diffusion mechanism. It will be takes place. So along with the water current, it will also go out. Okay. The same way respiration you can take. Respiration is also by simple diffusion. There is no any specialized cells or the structures which are performing these processes, right. Diffusion, right. Simple diffusion mechanism. So the carbon dioxide is exit from the cell and enters the water, and it is allowed to exit by the osculum, right. So in this way, these are the usually aminotelic, what you call aminotelic animals, which are excreting the nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia. They are called aminotelic animals, right. So next, you can take reproduction here. Reproduction is conducted by two ways. So that is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction is by producing two gametes. See, the animals are, these poriferans are called hermaphrodites. What we call hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites means the sexes are not separate, because both male and female gametes, see, male and female gametes are produced by the same animal. The same animal can produce the male and female gametes. So that is why they are called hermaphrodites, right. So that is why here sexual reproduction is done by formation and fusion of gametes. Formation and fusion of gametes. Gametes means here the male gamete is called yes. See here, the male gamete is called sperm and female gamete is called egg, right. So these gametes when unites and to form a zygote, and further development this takes place as it will be developed. Development, when you consider after that, development is said to be indirect. Development is not direct here. Development is called indirect development. Indirect means there is a presence of larval stage. There are two kinds of larvae are there. So usually we call them as one is called the Amphiblastula. So there is a what you call Amphiblastula and Parenchyma. Another one is Parenchyma. So these are the what we call two kinds of larvae which are produced by these poriferans, and hence we can say that the development is indirect, right. So again larvae are different, little morphologically different from what you call these adult one, right. So next, the sexual reproduction is over now. Understood now? Formation and fusion of gametes. So and sometimes gametes of same animal may not be fused. Okay. So other means the same species but different animals, maybe gametes are used there, right. So next, asexual reproduction. See here, asexual reproduction is conducted by two types of buds. The asexual reproduction is occurs here in poriferans by budding, we can say buds. So, this buds are either external or internal. If it is external buds, so here for example, this is the animal, okay, right, this is the, you can take it as a cycon. So, here bud may be formed, right. So, in this way buds are formed here, right. Externally there may be a formation of buds, and eventually they will be detached and they attach to the other substratum of that water body, and they are grown into adult one, right. In this way asexual reproduction is takes place. And other kind, see the other kind of buds, they are called internal buds. So, here two types are what I mentioned here, the exogenous buds which are growing as external buds, and endogenous buds. Endogenous buds means internal buds. They are called internal buds. Internal buds are specially, they are like what you call specialized structures are formed with the some kind of archisporial cells. What you call? A group of cells are together, archaeospores, what called, they are referred as archaeospores. See, these are the archaeospores, right, archaeospores, and which is surrounded by a jelly like substance, with a membrane, and which may contain the spicules also, spicules. There is a kind of spicules which are there in this needle like spicules, and there is a small opening called micropyle. What is called? Micropyle. So, this is the micropyle through which these cells, archaeocytes, right. So, these are the what you called archaeocytes. Let us write here. These are called archaeocytes, okay, archaeocytes, and this is the usually spicules and that jelly like substance which not allowed to dry these cells, which will especially protect the cells even the whole body is dry up. So, this kind of buds which we observed in the wall of these poriferans, or maybe internally may be formed in this layer, in the choanoderm. They may be formed in the choanoderm, or maybe internally they may occur, and these are released by the osculum also sometimes, and easily they will flow with the water, and sometimes they may be attached to the substratum through micropyle, and these cells are capable to develop into young one. That is what the totipotential cells, archaeocytes are also called totipotential cells. Totipotential means they are capable to form a new organism, okay. So, they are like a stem cells, we can say, right. So, this is about the internal buds, which are referred as a specialized name, that is called gemmules. You remember it as a gemmules. Gemmules are called internal buds. They are for forming asexual reproduction. They are involved in the asexual reproduction. And another special feature regarding this one is, so let us see, that is the spicules, the endoskeleton system, the presence of endoskeleton, that is internal skeleton, we can say, that is found internally, internal skeleton. So, that is called endoskeleton. Endoskeleton means here in the body wall there is a substance, no, mesoglia is there. Along with this mesoglia there is a presence of, there are needle like structures called spicules. The endoskeleton is made up of two things here, spicules and spongin fibers. fibers, spongin fibers. Spicules are again they may be two types based on their composition, which may be calcium carbonate, made up of calcium carbonate, another one is silicic acid, right, and this is made up of spongin, right. So, in this way even the classification of phylum Porifera, again different classes are made by the composition of this endoskeleton based on the endoskeleton, right. So, in some cases calcium carbonate it may be, and in some other there may be spicules are made of silicic acid or silicate we can say, and next spongin, sometimes in the bathing spongilla. So, there is a spongin fibers are there, right. So, this is about the endoskeleton system which we observed in the, which gives the support to the body wall or the whole animal, right. So, this is about the general features of Porifera, right. So, already in the first video I have given the structure and remaining general structures I have given here. So, please note the points and study. Okay. Thank you, students.